USA have 11. They last met in Sydney in a close game there, 24-21, hints that it could be very even. We look at number 11 for the United States on the right. There is the featured Perry Baker, very quick, but got banged up a wee bit in the previous round against South Africa. Be very interesting to see how he takes it and goes into this game. He's certainly one of the most improved players on the tour this season. Meanwhile, on the left, look for number 3, Oscar Uma, and then the brilliant try scorer Injera, as we wait the arrival of these two teams. Andrew Amonde to the left for Kenya, and Madison Hughes, the young tactician and brilliant captain of USA, to the right. And the Cup quarterfinals. Let's check and see how they got there. The United States came out and beat Wales by 19-12, but then they had a draw with Canada, and then they had that tough battle against South Africa. And there is Perry Baker. He looks pretty good, dancing to the music, which is thundering around the arena. Kenya are unbeaten at the moment with the wins over Russia, Portugal, and that fantastic win over New Zealand, a 22-0 win over New Zealand. And Anthony Moyes is the referee for this one, the Australian, one of the most experienced guys on the tour with 220 matches. And he really has played and controlled so brilliantly. Look at the faces who will unfold for us in this one. Zach Test, who's been around since the start. There is big Danny Barrett and Folau Niua, and the flags of both countries. USA got a great welcome, but there's tremendous feeling here for Kenya as well, as Folau Niua kicks off. And it's a big day for Kenya when they make the quarterfinals, and they must have tremendous confidence going into this game against New Zealand, because they beat the Russians, conceded some tries, but they've had a great win over New Zealand in their most recent outing. Here comes USA, trying to get it to Baker. He's unselfishly lets it go. Hard driving play here by Garrett. Bender. Oh, try! Danny Barrett. Great star, USA.
Danny Barrett, the man that can turn water into wine, is back again at his best. And it was the breakdown here that the Eagles got the penalty, and straight onto it was a hard-running Garrett Bender. Watch him choose some good lines, and in the end, it's Barrett. You can't stop the big bus that close to the line.
Co-commentator Dallin Stanford himself, USA Sevens International. Well called, Dallin. That's a great start for USA.
Oh, it certainly is. That's what they needed. Mike Friday said they need to score first, get their hands on the ball, because this Kenya side is absolutely on fire this weekend to shut up New Zealand. Very few teams will ever do that. And so USA start well. They need to get this kickoff again.
Got the real speed men in Perry Baker and Carlin Isles, who's the featured player here and all the build-up materials promoting the event, but is not the starting player. Test is running back here, chased by Kayange for Kenya. Zach Test. Just a little wink and a nudge with Humphrey Kayange. The two know each other so well. They've been touring together for about 8-9 years on the circuit.
I'll come in.
So important to get your set start plays in the game. There's one beautifully won by Test. Out to Hughes, and that's a deep chase. Baker's down bottom left, out of the picture, but he's not chasing hard. Here is Collins and Gira. Now, he's very quick as well. There is Baker going in to try to crowd the defence. Pushed off is Billy Odhiambo. Cleared away by Niua. Madison Hughes, a great pass. Tested midfield. Couldn't quite make it to Danny Barrett. Although Barrett's big enough and strong enough to nearly get away. Then there's Bender. And now it's with Yosefo. Meanwhile, Baker's hanging loose. Baker is the star. And it was easy in the end for Perry Baker.
Perry Baker, as prominent as a pimple on a teenager on the outside. And it was the tackle that he created the try. He got up quickly, and together they rucked over this ball with Yosefo and Nua. And then the presence of mind and keep the ball alive there was absolutely fantastic from Yosefo. He knew Baker was lurking on the outside. What a great score. The United States are on fire.
And see how the arms were raised in triumph from the big crowd in support. There goes the conversion attempt from Madison Hughes. Everything going right for USA in these early moments.
Just taking a look at that replay, and was just defending off as well. They created the gap. Kenya swarmed around Yosefo, and Baker was free in the corner, untouched. They call them Chuckle Brothers, him and Colin Isles, and he is smiling all the way to the halfway line.
You've taken up space. You're not a tackler.
14-0. Just under 3 minutes to play first half. Fact is, Dallin, the Kenya haven't really been in the game.
They haven't had a chance to build any phases, haven't kept any ball, given away a couple of penalties. They just need to be secure of a ruck ball.
Previous outing, remember, beat New Zealand 22-0. Okay, they've got some great players. Here's one of them, Oscar Umar. Good tackle by Hughes. Biko Adema. These guys have been so prominent all over the tour all these years. Baker is left behind here. Lovely run by Ayode. Loose ball. Okay, here comes Baker. Can he open up? Oh, they monster him right there. The hit came in from Andrew Amonde, and Baker stays down but gets up now. And big Bender stops play. Look at this.
Yeah, great support play there. Was knocked on Baker. Normally there's a bit more space to operate, and he just got flattened like a pancake as he tried to run on the outside. Yeah, oh, great shoulder. And then the presence of mind to try to rip the ball free.
From the resultant penalty of the team, and a vital man in their lineup. They've got a good lineup, he says, and the ball promptly goes on the Kenyan side. Collins and Gira. Beautiful run in Gira. He found space when he was crowded. And another one for Gira. Look at the total, some tries he scored. 2-1-8.
Wow. Ben Gollings must be nervous watching this as Collins and Gira on the outside again. Just so much speed. Zach Tess can't do anything about that. And then Gira's over again.
Adema's kick. Beautiful kick. What a great game of a very high standard. We are seeing there's the list of all-time try scorers. Ben Gollings total is being closed in on. Here's Mike Friday. He must be anxious. He's the USA.
A brilliant job with him as well. Under Mike Friday, Kenya played some of its best rugby.
And he really rated a whole lot of their players. Listing, for instance, this week, Oscar Umar is one of the favourite players he's ever seen on the tour. That's him, number 3 in the red. It's a great compliment to be rated so highly by your old coach when your coach is now coaching your opposition. "60 metres out. Last seconds of play. High to Baker! Okay. Basketball pass over the top from Perry Baker. Very nicely done. Very unselfishly done again for the second time. Zach Test, this brilliant tries.
Holding on.
Okay, it's going to happen perhaps for Kenya to tie the game up as half time is upon us. There is Umar.
No!
Cleared away by Amonde. Oyode. Adema. Lovely run. Try coming for Billy. Billy Odhiambo. It is going to be, unless I'm very much mistaken, a tied game at the halftime break.
Anybody watching here, watch the switch, drifting across field, dragging Hughes, and then the space opens up. Excellent cut. Yosefo couldn't get to him, and Billy the Kid races away from Baker. What an important try.
Billy and the Baker, and the kick goes over. Half-time has been reached at 14-all. This is a thriller, USA. Cup quarter-final number 1.
Thanks for that,
Manage the tempo of the game.
Yeah, that's so important. If you start rushing things and playing to the other Kenyans, they can race away with you. The United States have got gas, but they just need to be a bit more patient here.
Gold stars and stripes flying in support of the American team. These are Cup quarter-final games here. This is game number 1 of 4. USA to win this to go through to the semi-finals. If there is one, there's a thriller locked up at 14-all. Bootlace is loose. Nico Adema about to kick off the second half. Second half begins. USA led 14-0 at one stage in the first half, but then Kenya bounced into the game, and it was all tied up at halftime, 14-all. So, who's going to control things and control the tempo? That's what we heard from the USA coach. Baker is still on the field. Can they let the Baker man fly? A brilliant top tackle from a new man in the game, Dennis Ombachi, for Kenya. Simply superb commitment. A wild pass. Baker gets in and puts pressure. You see the goal line, top left, and breaking out now is another man off the bench, Billy Ambaka. Now one for USA in the hands of their captain. Hughes gets it away now to Garrett Bender. Gives it to Test. Beautiful pass. Pressure, Yosefo. Can they get it to Baker in space? Flat ball. Baker now presents it for Newell. Yosefo is going to put USA into the early lead in the second half.
How many times have we seen Yosefo do that for the Denver Barbarians? He chose the short line and used fancy footwork. The defense was flat-footed and absolutely tired from defending. This was brilliant stuff and sharp thinking from the Flying Hawaiian, as there's known. Oh, just left him flat-footed there. Rounded him like parked cars. Eagles back in front.
Good game, very high standard, excellent spirit, still knife edge. Hughes. Flag up.
Wow, there he is. Nobody even tried to get him. They were all up front in the line. That's what they need to do, just control the ball. But it was all made because they kept that possession, moved across field.
We're right to go.
For now, Newer. Still Baker's on the field. There is the switch that's usually made at some stage to bring Carlin Isles onto the field. Great pressure work by Zach Test, but the referee has said over the top there, Dallin.
I don't quite agree with that one, but we'll have to go back to the replay.
Okay, but basically now it's Kenya in possession, therefore they make the running, they make the play. There over the top is Danny Barrett. Such a brilliant player for him. They get away from Fender now. Bender, I should say. Well, actually, he's a Bender in any game he plays. Number 4, Garrett Bender. Collins and Gira. So, opportunity here for USA. They can go left or right.
Well, this is key here, and it is that man, Danny Barrett, yet again, all over the possession. He's on his feet, so he's allowed to play that. And, of course, the tackle player, the player with the ball, can't be in the way as well. So USA will slow things down a little bit.
Substitution being made. Significant moment in the game now because there he is, Carlin Isles, another man who is all gas and no brakes in any game he plays. And Perry Baker's done a tremendous thing for USA, scored a try and was unselfish in a number of his passes, and was been in the game just a few seasons and 77 tries already.
Oh, it's hard to believe in 6 months he picked up a rugby ball and is playing for the United States national team.
And here comes the ball in his direction, and they keep it in midfield. Test. Hughes taking it forward now is Pinkelman is on the field. There's Isles. Like a little scrum half there. Well, it's not a bad one. It does connect. And when it's with Test, it's usually forward thrust. That one not ruled forward. Niua. Isles. Let the eagle fly when he's got the ball. Hughes. Oh, high to Barrett. This is a tough man, 7 metres out.
Advantage.
Only a minute 50 to go. Zach Test takes it to the blind side, makes a clever delay, which turns in.
It was about as dirty as a public swimming pool. There it is. Spots the gap and he's over, putting the pressure on Kenya here. A minute and 14 left on the clock.
See the bandages on his fingers and the scratches on his elbows and the tape down his forearm. It's a tough touring life of scratches on his nose, Zach Test. But he's tremendous value. That kick is across the front from Madison Hughes. But it's a 26-14 lead for USA now. And how often have we seen that from Zach Test? And he's still working, getting instructions from his coach. He's the all-time try-scoring leader, and he's just gone one further ahead of Carlin Isles, Perry Baker, and all the rest. Great performance here by USA. This is staggering from Zach Test. What a hit! The hits, in fact, keep on coming. Injera out to midfield. It's a 50-50 ball. Madison Hughes. His pass does not connect. This is a Kenyan team that beat New Zealand 22-0 in their previous outing. At the Kenyan team that beat New Zealand, we watched Test's hit on Mbaka, and what a performance this is by a fired-up USA team. On comes Nate Augsburger for the last few seconds. Doctors on the field, as they're allowed to do now. And it's Danny Barrett who's down. Tell you what, they'll have to get a big truck to get him off the field. Is that a dislocation?
You're on. Hey, guys, wait.
It's not a good sign at all for the USA fans, because there's a big tournament coming up next week as well in the Canada Sevens. But this is the replay of the hit there. Barrett comes in, lines it up, and it's just his shoulder that he connected nicely in there.
Crouch. Fine. Set.
So Injera.
Right now!
Right back on their heels now in more ways than one, Kenya. They've got to score at least twice, and there is no time to do so. They're holding on to the ball. It's a tap and go for USA, and, well, Pinkelman might be penalised there. No, the Kenyans did not go back 5 metres. It's taken here by Falau Niua. Will they swing it wide to Carla Niles? They do, but he can't quite get it. Away comes Mugaisi, who's number 10, come off the bench. Carla Niles chases after him. The game can't end on a penalty being awarded. So it'll still run for Kenya, and they will play now for pride, although they're going to be beaten in this one. Isles deflects it on his fingertips at halfway. Pinkelman makes the tackle. It's loose there. Mbaka is number 12. With it now is Adima and Oliech. Collins and Gira trying to get clear. It's now the final, and won it so brilliantly over Kenya by 26 to 14.